Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Knit for Brains podcast. I'm Laura Brady.
I'm Karen Miller.
This is episode 173 of our crafting podcast. You can find us on Facebook, Ravelry, Instagram, and also Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy.
And you can find me on Instagram and on Ravelry as Loopy Stitcher, all one word, Lupy Stitcher. And on Ravelry, I have a few designs underneath Loopy Stitcher designs.
Weather report.
Well, I can honestly say that Friday it misted and rained all day long while we were thrifting. It was miserably wet.
Yeah, but it could have been worse.
Yes.
And we did have times
it could have been freezing. It could have been snowing.
Well, and it never went to a downpour, which I was expecting it would, and it did not, so that was a plus. Yep. But, next week we're going to be up in the 50s again, which is why my sinuses are so bad. I'm going to apologize right now. There's going to be coughing and sniffing, and because they are so flared up. I tried taking medicine, and there's just no fighting it. This is...
A lot of people are getting sick now because the weather's just it's not settled. It keeps going up and down.
Well, I told Brett the other day, I'm like, I can't get sick. Like, I can deal with, the sinus or whatever. It can't go into anything else because I have to go to the gum doctor on Thursday, which I was supposed to go last month, and I was actually sick, and I had to reschedule it.
Yep.
Well, I don't want to keep reschedule it because now I'm, a month off.
Yeah.
And, So, thankfully, my even if my sinuses are draining, my girl that cleans me, or if it's the guy, they move very quickly with me because they know I have TMJ, and it's hard for me to keep my mouth open. So they are very quick, and if I have problems with sinus draining, they'll be like, do you want to sit up for a while? They don't lean me back all the way or anything like that, so they're, which is why I prefer to go to the gum doctor over the dentist for cleaning, because they're just, and it's just a better cleaning, but you guys don't care about that.
Nope.
All right, shop news. I have lots of news. So,
she's got a leaning tower over here.
We have sales going on right now in the shop. Oh, my cart is sliding away from me. So I did put some new bags in, which I'll show the new bags first. You know what? I'm going to do this backwards. Let me do it this way. Okay, so fall and Halloween bags are marked 40% off right now. I did that this morning. They're already heading out the door fairly quickly. So if you see something, you might want to pause and check the shop. So let me run through those. I have this cute little medium fall bag. I have 2 of the Ghost. I have 3 left of Snoopy and Charlie Brown. I've got 3 of the Mickey and Minnie. These are all mediums. 2 of the Cats. I have 1 of the large zippered wireframe bags. Those are all 40% off. The rest of them that I'm going to show you, including the new ones, are all on sale for 15% off. Now on this new one, I only have 1 left. The Christmas Gnomes. This is the sock size. Let's see, I'm down to, I got 5 of the trees in the sock size. 4 of the medium tree drawstrings. I do have 4 of the Christmas Gnomes in the medium drawstring. Still on the 15% off, we'll go really quick, Mario sock bag. Flower sock bag. Mediums, I got 2 of these really pretty red and gold reindeers. This one is one of my favorites with the ornaments.
It's pretty.
I got 2 of those left as well.
Reminds me of those old-fashioned,
the vintage.
Glass, vintage ones.
I love that fabric. This is another one of my favorites. 2 of those. Harry Potter Christmas. I have got 3 of the drawstring mediums. The medium, I think I called these gnome trees or tree gnomes. I am down to 1 of those left. I am down to 2 of the Mario mediums. Again, everything I'm showing right now is 15% off. Down to 1 of the gizmos. I've got 2 of the camper mediums. I have got 1 of the sweater bags, which is Harry Potter Christmas. Okay, folks, if you don't get this one, I'm going to take it out of the shop soon. My pretty cork bag with the silver metallic. 1 of those. I've got 1 of the hair, I called it hair, quilted bags, and this one actually comes with a little matching pouch that goes with it, with blow dryers and such on it. And then 2 of the vintage ornaments in the large wireframe. So make sure you go check out Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy. Okay. That's why I had such a stack. Don't move. You want to tell them about the knit along?
Oh, we have a gift along, and you can make anything as long as you gift it to someone else. You can even give it to charity if you want. It doesn't have to be specifically for Christmas. It can be any kind of craft. It doesn't have to have a certain amount of yardage of material or yarn. It can be really small, really big. And we have both a chatter thread for finish and in the process projects. That will be going on until we podcast the 1st of January time frame, the first podcast after the beginning of the year. We'll close it out, and we will provide prizes based on how many people have entered items.
We have 223 FOs as of right now. People are going to town. Got everything from socks to dishcloths, lots of dishcloths, hats.
Yeah. So we've added some since the last time.
Oh yeah,
we are in the 190s, I think.
Yeah, we all of a sudden everybody's doing that.
Yeah, it's getting close to crunch
minute.
time. Yeah, so I just started mine.
Well, what did I say? Why do I have 2 messages on here I've never looked at? Oh, okay, I know what those are. All right, I did forget something when I was showing stuff for the shop. I did add in a new item. It's a little tin. It has the Knit for Brains sticker on it. And I'm not going to take them completely out, but it's the stitch holders. So if you're doing like a sweater, there's 3 of them in here. There's one that's really, really long, and I put the lengths in the listing. There's one that's really, really super long, which you could cut down if you wanted to. And then there's 2 shorter ones, but not short, for like putting your arms on hold. So I have it in the white. And then I also have in the blue. Forgot to mention those.
Cool.
All right. Moving onward.
Mm-hmm.
So we did this and this. Do you have any FOs?
Yes.
Okay.
I have 1.
All right. I have 16 FOs. So I've got 10 FOs that are not knitting. Well, yeah.
She went to town, folks.
1 FO that is sewing. 6 FOs that are knitted. And also 1 hoe.
I have a hoe, too.
And then I only have 4 whips because, well...
Yeah, we're finishing everything.
I was finishing everything. So we'll go ahead and let you go first.
Okay. So last time I told you guys I was doing the nativity scene stand-ups in cross stitch. This was book number 3, The Shepherds. And I did the laying down sheep. And I had 1 finished. And now I have 2 finished. 2.
So we'll have a flock soon.
Yep.
Okay. A bunch of mine I just have pictures to show because, well, I have some of them, but some of them I no longer have. So, went down, and I think I talked about it last time. I went down this Dollar Tree. I'm on this Facebook group for Dollar Tree crafting. Well, mine pretty much, yeah, I got a lot of, some of this, when I began, I got the stuff from Dollar Tree. And then I got smart, and I started getting the stuff from Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
So, I started with a gnome tree. And I couldn't find the little booties that I wanted, but it was okay. So I made, it's 2 Christmas trees from Dollar Tree that I put together and I decorated. And the nose actually lights up. From there, I did a centerpiece, which came out really, really cute. Well, then I found the booties I originally wanted. So I had to make a second gnome, and I said, oh, wait, I lied. I had one other thing. I made a treat tray. And that was from stuff from Dollar Tree. So I made a second gnome since I found the booties, and I was like, I'm going to put the second gnome up by the first one. I think I still like the first one better. Well, then I set it up there and I was looking and I decided I like the second one better.
Mm-hmm.
Brett says he liked the first one better, and I said it's fine, we're going to keep them both. So I got a picture of that display with the 2. So, not that. This one over here is the new one. Then, these were next. I made 3 Grinch, which one went to Alisha, 1 went to me, and I have 1 left. And then I made 2 of these little snowmen, which 1 went to Alisha and 1 went to me. And then, and this guy came out so stinking cute.
You were talking about having problems, and oh boy.
This was my last little guy I made, and he is stinking adorable. Me and Karen got the last of what we needed for him Friday when we went. So I cleared off my 1 bookcase. I got the little display there. Isn't that cute? I got the little display right there. And I'll continue with this sort of crafting. So then, Olivia came over today, aka Peanut, and
sorry,
we did some crafting. Here she is running around the kitchen with garland. So we started with, I had pictures I sent over to Walgreens and picked them up before I picked her up.
It's cute.
And she made some ornaments. We Mod Podged on cardboard, and then she added some glitter. So she made those 4 for her mom, and then she did 1 of herself and 1 of Lucas for her other grandparents. Then she made this.
Oh, that's cute.
Then she made this. So the red is just a charger plate, and we glued the garland around it and glued the little figurines And then she had a blast putting the fake snow.
Mm-hmm.
And she was so excited when she brought it home to her mom. She's like, Mom, I got fake snow. We had some issues with the other craft that we did with those glass plates and it not wanting to stick, even though I was using... So we got one to work. So that's her Grinch plate. And I had more for her to do, but at this point, she was done.
Yeah.
So I told Alisha, I was like, well, I can bring the stuff over and drop it off to you tomorrow when I pick her up for dance. And she's like, no, you can keep it. You'll just take her another day. Because by this time, she's roaming around my house. Oh, and then she had to do she did it to Brett's room last time. She comes in my room. She's just standing doing this. She goes, Grandma, you got a lot of stuff in here. Yes, Peanut. Grandma has a lot of stuff. Well, then, I just saw these posted, and I'm like, oh, I should have made these, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to control myself. I will probably do them next year because the kids love Nightmare Before Christmas, and I sent the picture to Phil, and he was like, oh, those are so cool.
Oh my God.
So I have to do these next year. How cute are those guys?
That's funny.
So I think, let me see. Gnome tree, centerpiece, Grinches, snowman, treat tray. Okay, so that was the majority of my, that was a lot of crafting time. And then I had talked last time about the t-shirt that I got. And I was going to make into a bag for myself. So I made a little, little tote. So I did that for myself. That's that. Okay, I'm on to knitted objects finally. Well, we'll start with this because it's sitting out. Out of my crocheted book of dishcloths, I crocheted one. And I was gonna do a bunch of them because I thought I needed them for Christmas until I had put up my Christmas tree. And I unloaded everything out of the closet and I found 40 washcloths that I had knit. So I had plenty. So once I had done this one, I was like, okay, let me focus on other items I need for Christmas. So yeah, I will get back to these though, for sure. I also finished the first pair of socks. DK weight socks. Lolo did it. 4-hour socks. I don't know the colorways until I make it to whips because I got the second pair going on. And I love this pair.
Yeah, I love that blue.
Isn't that beautiful? So I got the first pair done the whole time. And it was so funny because when I was knitting these, I actually had blue nails too. Now I don't. I have candies, guys. They're so Christmassy. So that's that done. I'll go here next. This was more Christmas stuff. I had been working on the barley hats out of yarn I had gotten from Goodwill. So I made I had one child hat. Well, actually I had done two because of the sizing. So I made another hat for the kids. Then I did the medium size, which I thought was going to be for Alisha. Well, no, the medium is going to be for Phil because look how big this is. So that one will be Phil. And then I went ahead and I did the small, which is still good size when you stretch it, for Alisha. So I have the family hats done. Along with all those little hats I had done for Peanut with the little toppers on it. So basically I'm just doing a bag of hats. I'm putting everybody's hats in the bag and Alisha can just, who they fit.
Yeah.
Put them on. So that's how that one's working. So I'm done with that. And I still have two skeins of the blue down there and this left. Which I am going to use some of this for another project, but I'm still going to end up having leftovers. But I could not leave it at Goodwill. All right, last up. So I had a lot, but I was able to go through them quick.
Yeah.
Which I've done these once before. The from Cozy Up Knits, Comfort and Joy, slippers and headband. I was doing the slippers, and it's the same yarn because I had plenty left over to do it, and it's from Hank's Yarning Company, and it's the Simply the Best Yarn Club, and the colorway is called 4 Months. And then there was a mini. The only thing is, as I was getting a little concerned about the mini, if I'm going to have, hopefully I'll have enough. I think I will. I didn't weigh anything before I started the second pair. I eyeballed it and went, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
So we'll see. So I finished the first one. And I actually did these properly. Remember the first time I did them? I still, there's something about, my eye is twitching, something fierce. There's something about either how the pattern is written or how I'm understanding the pattern. I get to the one part of the pattern and I really have to think. And I thought since I had just done them, I wasn't going to run across that again. Yeah, no, still ran across that. But I did get it done.
Yeah.
So I got one done. I have not cast on the second one yet. So I do need to cast on the second one. And I'll get those done. But it's not a hurry. They're not a gift for anybody as far as I know. So
cool.
That's that. Oh, I lied. I have one more. Guys, we gotta have a discussion.
I didn't do it. Do we need intervention?
Let's talk booba.
Okay, she sent this picture to me.
We're going to do the update on booba because I know you're all wondering about what happened with the tail.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned last time, I had messaged the lady on Ravelry, and I never heard back from her. I was getting closer and closer to doing the tail because I was to a point where I didn't understand how to do the other things. So I found her on Etsy. She also has a shop on Etsy where she sells her patterns. And underneath that, the booba pattern that somebody had purchased, they're like, great pattern, but it was missing the tail. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I messaged her. And it was fairly late, and she's in, I want to say, Germany. So next morning when I got up, I had a message back of, oh, well, I had fixed that on Ravelry. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to re-download it with the tail and everything. Can you go in and see if it's, you know, what, if it updates it? So I went in and no, it was still the same. There was no tail. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. So she's like, what's your email? And she just emailed it to me.
Okay.
The whole pattern. And I'm like, okay, perfect. So I got all the pieces done. And then I sat and I scratched my head. And scratched my head. Because some of the... Overall, it was a really good pattern. I love the construction as far as, yeah, I did do some fingers individually, but then you crocheted them on versus having to sew them on. The ears were a little finicky because you actually, they're 2 colored ears, and you actually did the magic circle with both the colors, which I had never done before. And you had to have the one color on one side and the other color on the other side.
Ooh, I've never done that before either.
Yeah. So they took me a couple false starts, and then I was like, okay. And I got it. I was like, okay, cool. So then I had all the pieces together, and I'm like, okay, what's going to be... I started looking at the face and all that, and I'm like, oh, this is going to be a nightmare. Yeah, it wasn't fun. When I got to the mouth, there really was no instructions. I had 2 pieces of mouth, and it really, other than this little bit here, didn't show me how I was supposed to get it to be like that. So let me fold this so I can show you guys. And I'm sure, you know, if you're like an avid crocheter or you have an imagination where I don't, you'd be like, oh, that's so easy, Laura. But basically I had 2 pieces that looked like this. And I was supposed to turn them into this. I would have appreciated some guidance on how it was supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Was I supposed to attach the 2 of them together? Was I sewing them down separately? Which way was I faced? Something.
Yeah.
So I was up to like midnight the one night sewing this dude together. But I got it done. I sent a picture to my daughter. And she's like, OMG, he is going to flip. He is going to love it. So let me remind you what Booba looks like. You guys ready? God. Meet Booba, guys. Is he not the silliest? And there's his little tail.
There's his tail.
Is he perfect? No.
No.
But
he is not going to care.
no. Well, doing these eyes was a major pain. Trying to... You had to sew this on first, and then this white piece completely covered it. So you had to try to move it down a little bit, sew it, stuff it, push it up a little bit because you want it to have
to be like a 3D
down here.
Yeah.
Then you had to, once it's all sewn on, run this yarn this way, which was not easy getting that needle through a few times to give them the little bulgy eyes. These were the ears that I'm talking about that you had to do the magic circle with both the colors. So you had the one color on the inside and the other color on the white, and I've never done that before. So he was a little bit of a learning experience. I did get his mouth on there.
It looks great.
So I think he's going to love it.
I'd have thrown in the towel a long time ago and just bought him one.
You can't.
You can't?
You can't.
Wow.
Booba is not like Barney or, you know, things like that. I'm surprised this lady even had a pattern for Booba.
Yeah.
But there are some different patterns out there for Booba as well. And there's actually even a couple free ones, but I liked the looks of hers the best. So, and come find out, I said last time it was kind of pricey because when I bought it, it was for Booba and then his rat friend. Had I gone on Etsy, I could have bought just the Booba pattern.
Oh.
That's fine. I don't care. It was
okay.
It was worth paying for him because, guys, I mean, how cute is he? So I'm just gonna put him in a gift bag and put some tissue paper over him. For Lucas, that's what I did with Olivia's
My husband's
uniform.
response is, what in the world is that?
Oh
meet the new
gosh.
Barney.
I think he is just the cute. And I thought these were like little antennas. This is his hair.
That's his hair.
That's his hair. Yeah.
But they look like antennas.
I think he came out so good. I am really happy with him. I am going to I will definitely get pictures of Lucas with him. We are going to, and that's another reason why I'm putting it in a bag, so I know exactly which gift it is for him. Because when he gets to that gift, I'm going to try to very slyly, so he doesn't see me doing it, take a video of him opening it. So, fingers crossed, after Christmas, I might have that video to share with you guys. So, if not, I will definitely have some pictures. Karen,
adorable.
When I sent it to her, she's like, I don't know if I should say it's ugly or cute. And I'm like, well, it is a little of each. But I am so happy with how he came out, and I cannot wait for him to get this. So, and this was sitting in here when Olivia was in here.
Oh my goodness.
Right alongside my rocking chair. As much
thank
looking around
goodness.
as she did, she never saw it, thankfully.
She was probably mainly, you got a lot of sparklies up there.
Well, and then she was sitting in your chair.
Yeah.
Pretending like she was recording.
I can't see it from sitting here, yeah.
Yeah, so, because I'm afraid she would tell her brother. Not that he would really remember, but, yeah, so, booba. Got him done. I was so happy. I'm like, the next day, I'm like, oh, look at my booba, honey. My husband probably thought I was nuts.
Yeah.
He's like, no, that looks really good. So, yeah, I am quite happy with him. So, I did, I bought too much of the skin tone, so I had hung onto the receipt because I don't need any extra yarn sitting around here that's, acrylic. So I did return that to Michael's, and then I just had this little bit of white left, so that's not bad. All right, Booba. He's been traveling in my bag. All right, that is finally all my FOs.
Okay.
Well,
I have
I was
one
gonna say,
more.
Hold on here. You have a foe or a hoe?
I have a hoe.
Well, hold on. I'm trying to figure out where my hoe is. What is my hoe?
Well, it should be a pair of socks or...
Oh, I already showed it.
Mm-hmm.
It was my socks. That was my hoe. Sorry, guys. Jumped the gun.
Okay. This is the 4-hour socks. And yes, it's knitting. Surprise, surprise. The yarn is from Northwood Fibers, and it's called Rustic Inn. It's in her...
You want a Grinch feather?
It's in her aspen fingering. So I'm holding it double. This is what it looks like. Stay. Here we go.
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
They're very you.
Yeah.
Very Karen Kellers.
Going into whips with the matching. It's the mini came with it with the set. I got the ribbing started for the next one, and I'm playing yarn vomit with that one. Yeah,
I had that with the loops and thread from Booba.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, I had to just stop. As you saw, it was in a ball and not in a thing, and I had to wind up all the yarn into balls because it was... I could not find the yarn on the outside of the skein.
Mm-hmm.
The only one I could find the end for was on the inside of the skein, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of people are inside pullers. I am not, because of yarn vomit. Anytime I pull from the inside of a skein, it's yarn vomit.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that was, I did that. I worked on that when I was trying to avoid putting it together.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll go here for the next whip. Hold on. Maybe. This is in my strawberry shortcake, the newer style bag. And this bag holds a lot. Wait till you see what I have. So I have in this bag the entire, I kind of bent my pages, but dishcloth book that I showed last time I ordered on Amazon. That's in there. I have a whole cone in there, but that's not it. Got 2 more skeins in there. And the current skein that I'm working on was all in that bag. Along with, there's like needle stops in there and notions. And so this was my second one that I started. And then I realized that I had plenty of dishcloth, so I could set this aside until I finished other projects. So it's just kind of chilling in my bag right now.
Mm-hmm.
But I will get back to this at some point, or if I need like a rest from my other projects. Mm-hmm. I plan on trying most of the 50 patterns. Not all of them, but most of them. There's like 2 or 3 of them that I was like, no. I will not be doing granny square ones, so that's for sure. Or that weird one. that whatever that went bad, I said.
Yeah.
So.
Tic-tac-toe going
Yeah,
bad.
that's what it was. Tic-tac-toe gone bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to put whips somewhere. Whips up there. FO's down here. Booba, you're a problem. Okay, I'm going to put him over by you.
Oop. Sorry if we get the... Okay, the next one I'm doing a hat. The yarn is by Forbidden Fiber Co. It's her Fortitude DK, and the colorway is called Antidote.
Wow, that was way
Her
off.
Poison Study collection. And this is a beautiful blue. That it is. And I am doing the free pattern, the boyfriend's beanie, I think, or the boyfriend hat by Esprico. However you say that. You just have to download the pattern. And just been going to town. I'm actually using larger needles than requested because this will probably go to my son. These are a size 8, and I'm always tight when I knit, especially in the round, as I found out in even doing that, the slipper sock, because you had like, I think 34 rows, and I had to do like 45 rows.
Oh, yeah, that's a big difference.
So, not obviously not this sock, but the next sock, I'm going to go up a needle.
It's weird because you even tried on mine.
Oh, yeah, and it fit. It definitely fit. It's just that I have a definite tighter gauge, especially, well, and you're doing yours on double points, don't you? You don't do it in a round.
Yeah, no, I'm doing mine on double points.
Or magic loop. I do mine magic loop.
Yeah, I don't.
And so I'm pretty tight with magic loop. Of course, socks, I'm always on a 1, and you're on a
2.
2. Yeah, so there's a difference. But anyway, so it's just easy knitting while I'm watching TV, and I'm going to start having something next to my desk when I'm in forever-ending meetings to keep myself focused on the meeting.
Okay, so talking about those socks, here's those blue ones, and I was looking to see if I have I do. It's not a colorway you can get anyways, but because it was from the Harry Potter club, the Order of Phoenix was what this one was called. And I'm to the toe already. I'm just finishing up the toe, and that one will be done, and then I can start the second one. So those are really pretty. And then the dark blue is just blue fingering. I'm holding double that I actually dyed, and how perfect, because it looks gorgeous with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I do DPNs with this sock. I do magic loop, but with this one, I DPN. It depends on the sock as to which method I use, so.
Well, if you're doing toe up, you usually use, for the most part, magic loop. Oh, yeah?
Sometimes no.
No?
It depends on the pattern, and fingerless mitts, I always use DPNs as well. It just depends on the project as far as how I like to knit it, so there's that. I really need to see if I should probably set these aside and see if I have time to cast on a really quick pair of DK socks for Phil. Because, yeah, every time I go over there, guys, he's wearing the heck out of those socks. I made him last year.
Well, this one I thought I would have a little more progress on it when I picked it up, but then I realized I had stitched some of it wrong, so the frog had to visit me. This is Welcome to the North Pole by Primrose Cottage. Boy, I really can't talk
Easy
today.
for you to say, huh?
Primrose Cottage Stitches. The material I am doing it on is witch oak from, I got it from Garage Stitchery. It's the lime colorway. It's a 32 count Lugana. And I'm using the DMC. So
That's so pretty.
yeah, the Santa, I had pretty much finished all of Mrs. Claus, and everything from here over was done. So I just added her cheeks, so now she's complete. And then I had to rip out part of Santa's sleeve because I was lopsided, and I didn't figure it out until I was putting his beard in partially. So I got the little snowflakes, his beard, and his hands in, and his sleeve back in after I finished frogging. And then I was like, I'm calling it a night. I'm not going to touch this. But basically, that's all I have is the rest of him, and then I can go to the next section up.
I think this was this is the pattern I used for Phil. I'm wondering if I can read my notes.
Oh, the ribbed?
Do you like that? I wonder if I can read my notes, guys.
Well, and here's the crazy part. She'll figure it out, and then she's going to use that same pattern and start ticking everything.
Oh yeah,
on the same pattern.
Yeah, I'll just use. So if I used black to tick off, then I'll use pink or blue or something to tick over it. This was what I used for him. I do still have the outline of his foot sitting on the couch, so I should keep this out and see what DK weight I have.
Has he worn through any of them, or
I don't know. I haven't asked it. Like he has them on 24/7, so I figured it'd be nice to throw in a pair or two in his Christmas bag. So I'll keep that pattern.
At least you know he's doing it.
Oh yeah. So all right. So I did pick up my cross stitch because I need to have this done soon because I have to make it into a bag.
And you have to send it, don't you?
Yes, but the problem is my thumb. It is not. It is not good. So I worked on it, I think, twice, and then my thumb was out for like days. So I see my needle's not attached. That's lovely. It's probably somewhere on there. So I did get done my favorite, and then the complete, which I see I need to trim, the complete outline around here. So I actually did quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I still need to get, Keller is glittered, or glitter. So I got 3 more words. Oh, it's going to kill my thumb, guys. And that's even with wearing my compression glove. But I'm not putting it in a hoop anymore because there's really no need. This is so stiff. So that has helped a little bit as far as this hand.
Yeah.
Because holding a hoop in my hand just hurts forever. So I really should probably start tonight on the next words. Because it needs to get done. It needs to get done. So, and I pulled fabrics. I have an idea of what I'm doing as far as the actual bag. So I got my favorite. I'm going to do Keller is glitter. Oh, yeah.
Cool.
You got another one?
Yep, I got, I think this is the last one.
All right, I got one more after that.
Stitch, but obviously I did not bring it with. Here we go. Alright, so I went on to different animals. I got tired of the sheep and I already had.
Well, I guess she isn't going to have a flock.
Well, but the cow is pretty big. It's 103, 106 stitches wide by 60 high. Let me see if I can figure out which ones. That's the right way.
But like, they're not going to know the difference
They're not
anyways.
going to know the difference. I'm doing it on the same material, which is a witch wilt material, just a lamb's wool color, and I think this is a 28 count. And I'm doing it on. So, yep. It's not quite the top of them, not quite the bottom of them. Right smack in the middle of the cow there. It's laying down. So, I think I'll probably be able to get that cow done for Buddy. And then it's going to be time for me to try to finish these for Christmas. So, that's going to be the challenge.
It's the third, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so my next one was kind of a surprise cast. I say this because I don't remember signing up for this. Obviously I did because I got an email about Clue 1, and I'm like, for what?
That's funny.
So this is a new cast on. It is a mystery. I'm not keeping up with it every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on day 2 right now, and I should be on day 3, which I'm going to get further behind because I've got to get that cross stitch done. So it's a mystery shawl a mystery shawl knit along, 2023 by Renee Strauss. It's for fingering. It's meant to use advents. You can use, there's a smaller version and a larger version. So the smaller version, you use 24 10-gram minis. Mm-hmm. The larger version, you use 24 20-gram minis. Mm. So I'm going with the smaller version, seeing that it's fingering weight, and you know that thing's going to, like, block the heck out. And a large would be way too large, as far as I'm concerned. So, it's interesting. There's a lot going on. I'm kind of like, okay, I'll just do what you tell me to do. So I don't even have like all my minis pulled. I basically went into my vase and just picked out some colors. I have like advents sitting over there, but these were already caked. So, all right, so this turquoise one that's on hold was day 1.
Okay.
And then you put it on hold. And then they told you you're using the same size needle, but longer cord, because you're going to need that later. And you picked up stitches, and this is day 2.
Okay.
Now, it does say at the end of day 2, you're going to put this on hold.
Uh-huh.
And then you're going to come over here and do something with this one. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth, I guess.
Yeah. You're going to do a lot of holding.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, it looks like to me, though, because she has she said make sure you have needles with the shorter cord and then with a longer cord. Well, I'm using my interchangeable, so it makes it even easier.
Yeah.
So I just put the stoppers on there. So there's only 2 that you need. So there will always, from what I can tell, there's going to be one.
Something on hold, so it's not going to be more than that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be really.
Yeah. So not sure what shape, what's going on.
That'll be interesting.
We're just rolling with it. Yeah. And like I said, I'm not going to keep up with this every day.
So did you finish day 2?
Day 2, I've got... Oh, I left my counter on things. I have... Repeat these 2 rows 42 times. I think I'm at like 30 times. So...
Okay. Yeah, you're not that far.
I'm not that far. Did I even print up day 3? I think I did, but I think I left it on the couch.
Yeah.
And like they're not long clues, but it is a lot of... repeating 2 rows. Yeah. It's always you're repeating 2 rows.
Yeah.
So far, at any rate. But yeah, at the end of this, it says, if using stoppers, switch stoppers from short needle tips to long needle tips to prepare for tomorrow. So yeah, I'll be going back to the ones that are on hold. So we'll see how it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. I guess at some point I signed up for it. Could have fooled me. I don't know. But yeah, so I had grabbed out needle tips, and then I just grabbed my binder, which I added some stickers to.
Oh,
Look at guys. I got these knitting stickers on Temu. That was like a pack. I don't know. You could pick from like 50, 100, 150, whatever you want. And they're like, I don't know, depending on your package size, anywhere from 89 cents to like $2.97. So I got a bunch of the knitting stickers, and I thought, oh, that'd be fun to just put them on my little binder thing. And I've shown this before, but it has all my cords in it that I have labeled. So I just threw this into my bag. That way, whatever size cord she said I needed, I had it right with me.
Right with you.
And then I had my needle stops and everything, so I didn't have to go digging for any. I'm really loving this whole method. Yeah, I actually have a couple more of these books like this, and I'm like, oh, what can I organize next? Speaking of organized, oh my gosh, yesterday, well, I didn't sleep that night because hubby woke me up snoring, and then I couldn't go to sleep. So I was already up sewing at like 4 a.m. Okay, so I'm in sewing, and I'm finishing up some bags, and I'm like, okay, focus, you need to finish bags. Next thing I know, bags were not finished. And I was cleaning through my fabric over there. If you notice, it looks a lot more under control. And I cleaned through my fabric over there. And then I'm like, okay, stop.
But this wasn't there before.
Yes, it was. Those are what's coming up.
Okay.
Or what was going to be coming up. I'm not sure now if I will be doing those this year or it'll be next year. So yeah, I was all over the place that day. I did finish the bags though, so I mean that's a plus, I guess. Yep. So, yeah. And I had a thought about what I wanted to do with one of the other ones of these, and as quick as I had it, it was gone. So, whatever. I put it in the closet. It'll come to me. So that's all my whips.
Okay. Yeah, I'm done too.
Acquisitions.
Yes. I have purchases. Well, a few purchases. And thrift. Let's see, my purchases. Oh, which I thought I grabbed the other thing. And apparently, the rest is thrift. Okay. Okay. There is a new designer, cross-stitch designer. She's called Annie the Proper Stitcher. She has a YouTube also, or floss tube. And I thought his gift was really pretty. Nativity. Now, I was going to bring it, and I did forget it. I already have the pattern, the threads that go with the pattern. I purchased all them. They're mainly all classic and weeks dyed, hand-dyed threads. And then I actually got from Chantel the wooden nativity to finish it. I believe I already have some blue fabric that will actually work. It all just depends, because this is done on a 32 count, so it depends on how much wiggle room I have with the board or not, and my count size on the blue fabric that I have at home. So yeah, I actually might not cast this on till Christmas, honestly, but I got that. My Christmas Eve box that I couldn't remember what it was will be arriving tomorrow. I had a shipping notice. Okay, well, we'll talk about actual purchases, but they're not like really yarny purchases. First off, I want to point out my shirt. Temu. And then I got some other things, which actually came today, and I had to get from Temu. You guys know I love the little pill boxes for putting my
stitch markers in, and I have a bunch of Yorkie bags. So, and I like to coordinate. So I got I actually got 2 of those because I got a good deal on them. And look at this one.
Oh,
it just melts my heart, guys. Look how cute that one is. So I got that one. And then for when I'm making peanut stuff, I got a little unicorn one, which I have to say, I went over to their house. I don't know what day it was. Or maybe it was Thursday when I brought little man home from school. And if you remember, gosh, it was years ago, I had knit a sweater, and it was one of Dragon Horde Yarns patterns. And it was huge.
Yeah.
And it was in blue.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave it to Alisha because it fit her.
Oh, yeah. You
remember that?
Yep.
Well, I had knit a sweater for Peanut that was like striped different blues, and it was sparkled. They both had their knit sweaters on, and it looked like I meant to match them together. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys look so cute. And Alicia's like, yeah, I had this on when she got up this morning, and she wanted to wear hers. And they looked adorable. I was like, oh, that's perfect. So, yeah. So those were my actual purchases that were not Goodwill. Okay. You want to go next?
Sure, yeah. We did some, on Friday, I was off, so we went and did some thrifting. And I hit, a lot of this it's finishing stuff. And most of these I try to keep them to 99 cents. So I got this big pumpkin. I can do a Halloween one. This great house. It actually has... It looks like an arrow here, but I think of it as a house.
Could be either.
Yeah. So I can... And then I got this Christmas tree that I can use either side. A huge heart. Big star.
I kept going, Karen.
Let's see. I got a bunch of mini pumpkins.
Yep,
you know, I do all those Mill Hill ones, so I might be able to put them on here. And there's actual holes in there, so I can make them as ornaments.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one's fun because you can either hang it. Now it has a saying on it, but I would just use the box to put something on it, or it will sit on its own on a shelf. Let's see, is that all the wood stuff, I think? Yeah, that's all the wood stuff that I got. And then she found, this is for $3.99, macrame kit. All the instructions and everything. I used to do macrame back in the day. Yeah, I'll do that while I'm hanging. And I actually did get some sugar and cream, 99 cents. And then 2 cross stitch.
I kept finding everything for her. I'm like, Karen, or whipping it in the cart. Charts and charms. It doesn't come with the thread or the fabric, and it may have been open, but it's... You know, anybody listening with headphones as you did that was like, oh!
Sorry. I was coughing earlier. And forever. Friends, so got those cute little ones.
I have thrifting stuff. It was not from when I went with Karen, though. So I got
eyeball in that. I'm like,
ornament kit. It does 6 ornaments. And it has everything in there except for like your wire cutters and your pliers, which is not a big deal because I have those. And actually, I left it on the kitchen table. My husband found me a whole nother set of pliers and cutters that were in this nice little box. And he brought them over and I had them in the cart, and this lady comes along and was like, oh, how much are those? And it's like, she's like, I needed these the other day, and where'd you find these at? And I'm like, my husband found them over there, but just because there's one doesn't mean there's going to be another one. But whatever, lady, can you put them back in my cart, please? So, yeah, so I'll be making those, which I almost forgot to bring these in. I had them sitting on my kitchen table with the kit to do. And then I found a pair of Addies. US 7, 16-inch. Who did always need 16-inch. The price was still on there, normally $16.83. And there was also a pair of wood ones in here. Well, I took the wood ones out of the package and donated back because I don't do wood. And they were really big, too. They had them for $1.99. So, yeah. $1.99, $2. Yeah, definitely for that. They had, oh my God, some Learn to Crochet books. I can't even call them books, but they were more than flyers. It was the old, they were from 46 was what I told her. What I told Brett. I'm like, look at these. I almost got them just to show you guys, but I'm like, I don't need these. Yeah. You could tell how old they were just from seeing them sit there. And there was 2 or 3 of them that were quite interesting. But I did go ahead and pick up this one, the Crochet Dictionary, because I'm not 100% sure if I have a crochet dictionary. I know most of the stuff you can look up online, but I went ahead and got that. And that's it. See, I didn't have a whole lot of stuff. But, because I bought, tons of crafting things. Oh, that's for my cross stitch. But I used them. Yeah, they were supplies that I was using for my stuff. But I did want to tell you, because we talked about my sparkled jacket last time.
And she brought it out.
The minute we hit the stop button for recording, she's like, you've got to go get this jacket. Because I told her, the picture does not do it justice. No. You can't even, So you guys ready for this?
You might need your sunglasses.
Well, you've already blown out their hearing.
Blinded by the light.
You've already blown out their hearing. So what's the difference? Guys.
Everything.
Look at that.
Everything sparkles.
Isn't it lovely? I told you, it's a little gaudy, but yet I'm like...
Show the back. The whole thing. Look at that.
There's not a section. And then...
It's got racing strips.
It's so sparkled that... You can see the sparkles on the inside even, guys. Is that not hysterical? So, as I explained last time, I went through the whole... I won't go through all that, but this was part of a man's tracksuit. They had it in the women's department, which is where it should be. They would sell it quicker. But yeah, so I'll be wearing this at Christmas. I almost put it on today, but it is very warm. And I'm like, there's no way I can sit in here with this on. So that's why I just brought it in. I was like, yeah. But guys, I told you a sparkle. I wasn't lying. Lots and lots of sparkle. So there's that. I'm to the point I need to blow my nose. I did get a new Care Bear I put up there. All the way at the top. Trying to think if there's anything. Yeah, I mostly just got stuff for doing all my, Dollar Tree crafts, but ended up being Goodwill crafts. Yep. Well, because Dollar Tree's up to $1.25 now. So, all the round glass pieces that I would spend $1.25 at Dollar Tree for, which they were sold out because everybody's doing these, I can get at Goodwill for 99 cents.
And they had some there when we went Friday.
And a couple times they were actually the color of the week, so they were only 50 cents. So I did get a lot of the supplies for that, and the hats, stuff like that I got from Goodwill as well for the most part, just to kind of save money because, you know, you start, okay, it's a Dollar Tree craft, but, you know, $12 later.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of crafting. Not necessarily all knitting, but I've been having fun.
Yeah.
My son-in-law is like, I kept sending him pictures. He's like, those are awesome. He's like, what are you doing with all these? Are you selling them? And I'm like, no. And he's like, well, we'd take a Grinch and a snowman. So I dropped him off a Grinch and a snowman. So I'm down to just one Grinch left. But, yeah. I don't think I've got anything else. You got anything else?
No, I don't think so, because the last time we podcasted was before Thanksgiving, right?
Sure.
21st? The 21st, I think. Right?
19th.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, we had our first Thanksgiving at my son's apartment. So he made the turkey, which was great. And, you know, we were like, you know, make sure it's in the fridge, and it's in the fridge. And he had the bag to cook it in, and he had all the poundage figured out. And I go over there, and I brought all the stuff to make, or most of the stuff to make the sides, and found out he didn't have like a lot of key things, like, you know, he didn't have bouillon, so I had to go back to the house to get bouillon, and then I had to send Meganna to go back to the house to get flour so I could make the egg noodles. And, you know, we're cooking, and he keeps checking. I'm like, well, if you keep opening the stove, it's never going to get fixed. And it also was the first time using the actual oven itself, I think. I don't think he's made any pizzas in there, but so it's cooking, and it's taking longer and longer. I'm like, are you sure you had the right size turkey for the bag? Like, how long is it? Yeah, it should only take 2.5 hours. Okay. So the little thing finally pops to say it's ready. I'm like, all right, pull it out. I set it on a table to let it rest. I cut open the bag, and my son says, by the way, I didn't quite get everything out inside the turkey.
Oh, gosh.
And I didn't have flour, so it's going to work. And I'm laughing, and I'm like, that would be why it took like another hour and a half longer, because the turkey was actually stuffed in the bag from
Have you learned nothing from me? You know, you could have just brought your Instapot over.
Well, it was his first turkey. I mean, it was a 20-pound
You could have just done that. I know, but in the time that he did that, you know how many turkey breasts you can do in the Instapot?
I know, but
58 minutes.
But it was good. It was moist. That was probably because everything was still inside. He used no flour, no seasoning, no nothing. Just stuck it in the bag.
We made a turkey here once, and we would never do it again.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. And Brett will tell you the same thing. It was, neither one of us are like really into like cooking.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hysterical because, you know, we're like having a read directions to follow, and then partway through I'm like, really? And the time it took us to prep, my turkey breast would have already been done in Instapot. I mean, yeah. And he doesn't even eat, Brett doesn't like turkey. No. So, yeah.
So at least he got that experience. I got the experience of trying to make the stuff that I normally make at his apartment. It's not like it's that way far away from the house. But it just made it so much easier. Chuck could get in. His apartment's, you know, it doesn't have a hospital bed in like our living room has. We have room to move around and stuff. And so we are going to do Christmas there. And I already figured out I'm going to make my sides before I go.
I was just going to recommend that because I made everything before I went to Alisha's.
Yeah, I just...
Well, and stuff I made ahead because I actually did the turkey the night before because I want it cold for sandwiches. Mm-hmm. And I made the deviled eggs the day before. So all I had to do was throw his mac and cheese in the crock pot. He wanted crock pot mac and cheese. And so that's funny. So I was like, I think I have one of those cases for my crock pot.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I've ever used it, but I think I remember seeing one. So I went underneath the cabinet and I'm like, oh, what's all this stuff? So next thing I know, 4 cabinets later and like 4 bags of stuff to donate to Goodwill. Yeah, this is what happens when I go to get one thing. Well, my cabinets are quite lovely right now. I did find it, so we're able to just put the crock pot right in there and bring it over. So
Cool. So I do know I'm gonna, for Christmas isn't as big of a deal in terms of fixing all the stuff. Thanksgiving comes with all the sides. So we'll let him make the ham.
what type of ham is he doing? Like a ham or a
Like
ham?
like a ham. We do hams.
See, I'm not like, I'd rather have a canned ham in the crock pot with root beer or Dr. Pepper than I would a regular ham. Like, I think regular ham's fine, but I like the way the other ham gets, like, really juicy and moist and picks up that flavor. Yeah. We did one of those for Thanksgiving, too.
And for me, like, sometimes we get spiral cut and sometimes we don't. One, it depends on the cost and if it's available. But I find we have a tendency to burn spiral cuts. We should just skip that part, even though it's easy to cut off. But it was nice and relaxing, though, because it was just the 4 of us. My mom stayed at where she lives in like a senior facility and had Thanksgiving at my brother's that night. So it was nice to just have the 4 of us. And while I was doing a lot of sides, I had more time to sit with everybody. And the best part was I went home and he was stuck with the dirty dishes.
So I don't have to really do much at all for Christmas because Christmas Eve is at Mom's house. Christmas morning is at Alisha's house. The only thing I bring to my mom's is deviled eggs, which I also make for the next morning at their house. And then for breakfast, I used to like make muffins or something like that. Well, now they're just as happy. I go and pick up a couple dozen donuts.
Yeah.
And they're just as happy, and I don't have to do anything. So that's easy. Yeah. And then me and Brett just, like, have a snack or whatever in the evening, because, like, we go over there early, and so, you know, by late afternoon, we're hungry, so.
Yeah, Christmas Eve, we always do, like, appetizers.
Mom changes it all the time.
Yeah.
And Linda, because my sister watches this, don't you say a word. I'm very careful about what I eat at my mother's house. She's always been a good cook, but because of, like, restrictions, cholesterol, and this and that, everything's like, fake this. No fat that. The cheese doesn't melt. The cheese doesn't even look like cheese. If you want a hamburger, she'll say, do you want a bun? And then she gives you something as thin as a paper. And I'm like, this isn't a bun. And a lot of the stuff is oil-based. Because I made the mistake the one year of using her mayo to put on my turkey sandwich, and things happen consistently for 3 days.
You had an oil job.
I did. Got all cleared out. So I will be a little careful as far as that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, there's always deviled eggs I can eat. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It is what it is. All right. You want to remind the folks what to do?
Okay, if you like this stuff and want to come back, or maybe if you don't and just want to be entertained anyways, make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell.
Then make sure you go and check out Knit for Brains Designs on Etsy for all the things in the shop, all the sales that are going on right now. And we will see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye.
Bye.